I kind of hid this from you guys. It's something I was really excited to share once we got it all set up. And this is part of the whole purchase price of the Caprice. And this is one little thing that really makes it. Lights. Oh yeah, it's good. It's really good. Yeah. This kind of came with the deal with the car, and I thought it was going to be like, these things retail for like 950 bucks. The guy threw in the deal for like 200 bucks, and I was like, heck yeah, man, that's one of the coolest things I could throw on the car. Got a few other things that we're trying to do, but it's really coming together. We're trying to get the strobes to work. We actually have some stuff on the front and rear lights, and we're having a little bit of difficulties with some of that, but we're working it out day by day. So day by day, we're making it a little bit better. Things are cleaning up. We're making more power. Parts are getting, coming together in the whole equation. So I'm really excited to see this thing come together, but let's see what it does on the dyno. So today is the day that we're dynoing Uncle Sam on the dyno at our home dyno. It's the first time it's actually been on this dyno. So we've been on Keith's dyno in different weather, and kind of turns out we had some clogged cats. So hopefully it's going to make a ton more power. This time we should be able to dyno in 4th gear as opposed to 3rd gear. And we'll see what it does with the steelies on it again. We got some dry rotted old junkers on there, but hopefully don't pop them on the dyno. So we'll see what Uncle Sam does here on our home dyno right now. I believe we made about 380 horsepower at Keith's, and now we're gonna see what we do with the gear change and the full exhaust. So we got a really free-flowing exhaust in here now. Should make a major difference here. The car feels night and day different. Let's make some power! That's a major difference, and it's stupid rich. So we 436 wheel and 397 pound-feet of torque is awesome, and I think we can do quite a bit better than that. So let's see what we can do with the air-fuel ratio, and it needs to rev out. I have it shifting a little bit early here, so I think it's going to make peak power probably about 63 to 65. We'll see. So find out as we go, but it is a little rich, and hopefully we can take a little bit more timing. Okay, this thing is making way better power than I was hoping for. I was really disappointed the first time with like 380 wheel, but kind of once I had seen how constipated the exhaust was, look, there should be a lot better power in there, but I was like, man, well, let's just hope for like 420 something. So, but first pull, 436 wheel, and second pull we just did 449.92 and 402 pound-feet of torque. So we just did basically 450 wheel and then 402 torque, and I still got a little ways to go. So with HP tuners here, this is the software that I use day in and day out, and kind of the deal with this is that I'm really fluent with the OEM engine management. I know it inside and out really good, and what we're doing is manipulating that. So I'm going to throw some more spark in it. We're going to see if we can raise the top end a little bit better. And again, one modification that I forgot to mention was we did put a stage 2 ported intake manifold on there. So we ported the guts out of this thing, and we took kind of the little center posts that are in the center of the manifold and knocked them out. So this thing is supporting much higher end horsepower than what it had before. That run was right out about 6,500. I'm going to rev it out a little bit farther this next time, but having a very long and broad torque curve is incredibly crucial, especially with the blower. Now granted, we are using a blower cam and we have low compression on this thing. Wait until this thing takes like 10, 12, 14, 16 pounds to boost. He is going to come to life, and this thing is going to have some major cojones. Just you wait and watch. You know what the sound is? Testosterone. That's not bad. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more up top. Actually, we're a little bit richer. Ooh, there is a little bit more there. I didn't get the chance to look at it as it was happening, but it's tailed out a lot richer on the top. paled out a little on the top there. And we're gonna clean that up. Hopefully should support a little bit more. That was 6,600, 404 pound-feet of torque, still about 449 horsepower. Reaching it up on the bottom. She's coming together nicely though, I think. Woo! Okay. Let's check out what we got. See what we learned here, boys and girls. Okay, so check this out right here. We are at sea level here in Florida, and what we're checking out is our map number, our KPA. This is kind of indicating what kind of intake limitations we have. So all the way out at 6,300, we still have 98 KPA, 96 KPA, so we have a little bit of a drop out there at about 6,450. Still holding 97, so not bad. We got a pretty good intake setup that we have going on here. Now, when we're going to be making boost, that number is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of, if we make 10 pounds of boost, it should be almost 170 KPA. But right now, for a naturally aspirated motor can only draw in what is atmosphere at best. But almost always there's a limitation some way, somehow. So right now, we're doing pretty good with what we have. We're at 92% duty cycle. I did forget to mention we are on E85 at the moment right now. We kind of did our baseline dyno with E85 because when I dynoed the car the first time, it was spark knocking like crazy. I think we had probably like a year-old fuel and it was junk. So we just threw E85 in it. And this is some E85 that I have from a while back. So with 452 horsepower, 405 pound-feet of torque through an automatic, I'm very pleased with that. I'm gonna try and throw a little bit more spark advance. So this shows our spark advance right there. That is a lot. We did lose some compression with what we have with this cylinder head here. And again, we do have a supercharged camshaft in here. So certainly not a max effort, naturally aspirated cam, but is set up for the blower. And that is gonna be coming at you very shortly. Yeah, we're gonna try and take it to the track in the next couple days, if the weather is permitting. We tried to take it today, but they canceled it in the middle of the day because of rain, and it's been raining every single day here in Florida. So hopefully, God willing, this weekend we can make that happen. Really excited. It feels really fun right now. This is a good place to be, but with the blower, it's just gonna be a lot more fun. So these are some of the loudspeakers that were in this thing, but I think they were about 5 or 7 pounds a piece or something like that. We had this compartment that was behind the seat. All in all, so we've got a lot of junk. We got the tire yeah. We got a lot of crap that we took out of this thing. So all in all, we have about 92 pounds of crap that we took out of the car. So we added probably about 7 pounds back, so we're really at a good point where we're at right now. When we go with the lighter weight wheels and tires and with the Kirky seats, we're talking about somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe as much as 225 pounds off the weight of the car. So we're trying to get all that low-hanging fruit, and we're going to make this thing scoot. There's tons of wire loop and just stuff that we kept taking off. So we got lots of wire for the shelf for future things like nitrous kits and any other goodies we want to put on this. Line lock, we got lots of good stuff coming up. So it's a nice benefit of yanking junk off the car, but 92 pounds off the car, and so a net of about 85 pounds off the car. Sam's going on a diet. Things are gonna get fun here, so check it out. We're looking forward to see what we do at the drag strip. We don't have our set of wheels and tires yet, but we got some stuff that will make do. Should save a little bit more weight off of it. We got some GTO spares, and they were, was it 25 pounds, was it? I think it was like 20, I think it was 25 pounds that we're saving about 30 pounds off of each corner there, so that's 60 more pounds off the nose. So again, we're about that'll be about 145 pounds off of the car from what it was when I first got it. Got a couple other things that we're going to address. Like I said, we're not going to do anything with the rear seat, but we are going to have to put in a harness bar. Don't know what that's going to weigh, but I'm going to guess somewhere at about maybe 8 to 10 pounds. One thing that I forgot to mention was the exhaust. We haven't weighed the old exhaust versus the new exhaust, but we got rid of cast iron manifolds and those really heavy, clunky, clogged cats. So we should have some much lighter weight stuff in there. I'm gonna guess somewhere in about 20-25 pounds there of savings. That's really kind of a common number that you get with Corvette, and we have done that many times in the past. We're getting rid of all that heavy junk, and we're trying to lighten her up as much as possible. The supercharger is going to put weight back on it, but at a very decent penalty. So we're looking at 200, 250 horsepower from the blower. I feel we're going to need about 700 to 740 wheel horsepower to run 9s, and that is the goal. We are on the way. It is 11:10 on a Friday night. Guys are here messing around with stuff. Laz is working on some of his own projects here. Georgie is still slaving away on this thing. Laz got some stuff adapted here. We're having to put a wheel spacer in there. We haven't even put it down yet, but this, I got a little help from James here. So I had these really worn out drag radials. They're probably about 6 or 7 years old. We just put some of this traction compound stuff on. They're supposed to soften up the tires. James had this little idea. Hey, he's like, hey, wrap it up in the plastic, set it out in the sun, it will absorb into the tires. And he's like, I had a really good experience with it on some old worn out tires, so we're gonna try it out and see what it does. We're trying to hit up the drag strip the next couple days if the weather permits, but we are doing the preparations here now. So we haven't even tested this as a 305, 35, 18. We know we've got very, very little clearance down in there. Really, really, really tight down in there. So we're just letting this kind of soak in here. George, show them what you got there. So we've been grinding on this puppy for, Laz has grinded on it for a while, and now George has been grinding on it for a little bit, and we are trying to really just make this GTO spare fit. So this is again some hand-me-down junk that I've been sitting on for a little while and trying to make it work. I've used those on a C5 and a C6. I've used it on some other cars and stuff, but they do work great. I have gone probably 150 miles an hour in those tires, even though I think they're rated for like 60. But so yeah, we're trying to make this thing clearance happen right here. I almost think we should take it off and put it in the mill and freaking grind it, you know? I mean, it's like, wait, what's gonna take longer, grinding this or milling it down and then bleeding the brakes? But who knows? So we're trying to make it work, and let's see if we can do that. That's all in the interest of saving about 56 pounds off the nose. So that's what we're after. We got our wheel spacer in there. We're trying to make that thing work. All right, well, we're gonna try and make that work. Got our new brakes on there. Kind of thinking we should put a little Fasterproms sticker there, or should we have it here? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, well, she's coming along. So, well, we're gonna see. Got to do some grinding on that side once we get that part figured out. But Sam's coming together. It's pretty much drag preparation for our first try at the track, and then it's time for the supercharger. We want to see what we can get on the, you know, naturally aspirated before we really put the wood to it. One of the biggest reasons why I wanted to build Uncle Sam was the fact that, you know, I can take a bunch of people out for a lot of fun and shenanigans in this thing. People that either have never experienced it, or guys that are going through some really tough times. I mean, PTSD is a real thing, guys. It is a crazy, terrible, debilitating thing. If I can shed some light on some guys that are going through with some dark times here, this would be a lot of fun. You know, kind of be able to brighten up a lot of people's day and really put a smile on a lot of people's faces. So not just veterans, first responders, you know, people that are willingly risking their lives for our freedom. You know, this is a small token that I can take somebody out for a ride in, or a number of people. I mean, we're going to have 4 available seats where we can take it out and hopefully do some drifting, do some street pulls, or some, you know, some drag racing pulls and stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. One thing that we want your help, not just through either comments, but what we want to do is we're setting up an email, and it's going to be for veterans at Fasterproms. That's FOR veterans at fasterproms.net. And what we're going to do is we want you guys to nominate some people that should be able to go for a ride, some deserving candidates to be able to go for a ride. And hopefully we're going to be able to do some more events. We're going to be doing the Cletus and Cars event or the Florida Cletus and Cars event. We're trying to make the YouTube call out up in Maple Grove, and we might be able to do the streetcar takeover up in Atlanta. Also, the World Cup finale that they have up at MIR. We should be up there for that event, and hopefully we can do some stuff with you guys up there. But do hit us up. Please send an email of some deserving candidates that can be able to go for a ride, and hopefully by that time we'll be able to be making some major power and be able to really put a smile on a lot of people's faces. And really, the support that we get from you guys is what allows us to be able to do this. So please check out some of our merchandise. We are going to be doing this for a good cause, and hopefully we're going to be able to really put a smile on a lot of people's faces and really make some awesome memories doing this. So thank you guys. Please check out our merchandise on the link below. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. See you later.
Go get her.